Once again, I am Eric Kaiser. Well, that's what the United States government calls me. I want the United States government to know that I hold no attachment to that name, nor the social security number that my parents signed me up for. I never gave them permission. I'm a human being. I'm not property of anybody. Okay? I'm a sovereign man. Now, here in Fulton County, Georgia, this video is being shot now to share with everybody. Because now I'm being extorted. It's clear as day. And this whole case was a mistake to begin with. So I'm going to run everybody through what I have been through since I've been back in the state. And the things I've witnessed. And the things I still witness to this day. That should be against the law. People should be punished for it. Because unlike most parents, I educated myself to understand the 0 to programming stage in kids. The 0 to 7 is such an important time of a child's life to not to be put into fearful situations. Now, just as a pretty much a psychologist at this point in my life, with everything I study about neurological programming and, all the great things here, I know how bad this was for my kids. Now let's go over the first year I was back in the state that I didn't have to come back to. I made an agreement in the state of Florida that if I moved a human being back to the state of Georgia, there'd be a 50-50 custody agreement. And she would take care of her part and I would take care of mine, because I took care of this person for a very long time. And I always put their needs in front of mine. So what do we have here? We have a woman that came from a childhood of abuse. The popular program now in America was single parenting. And I know y'all love it because it makes you a lot of money. Now, I want to go over what's happening to me right now with extortion is the simple fact that y'all gave away a bunch of money. And there's people like my wife that take your money. So this is how you take it back. And I understand that. I'm not mad at my government at all. I'm just mad at the mistakes that have been made in this case over and over, and truly just straight extortion. And it's too clear. First year back here, I had to sit back and smile that a person was slandering me on Facebook every day, saying that I was a domestically violent person. No, I'm accountable. I didn't know how to speak to women. I didn't know how to handle the things I was up against. And I could prove all this with actual content. I have a lot of physical evidence for this entire situation. Just showed it, yes, things like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard do happen in this country. Every freaking day. The problem is that's what most people are doing, but they just hide it. And in one day, it just comes out in the open. I never told anybody about most of the shit that I went through. I kept it to myself. Well, my marriage was hard, and I gave it all my all, and I have the videos to prove that I gave it my all. I have the tens of thousands of pictures of the kids and me, and just, it's clear to see what's going on here. And it's not her fault. I don't want her, looked at as a bad person because she's following out her life program. Now, I'll explain it to you, that whole 0 to 7 thing, okay? Her dad was out of the picture too, very, really early. And then mom did the same thing, as you're going to hear about in this story. And that's what the kids grew up in. So, of course, this woman likes to get in a fight. She likes to gaslight people into making mistakes so she can control them. And unfortunately here, she's trying to ruin my life and use her Latin. And it sucks because I became a sovereign man. Like, I don't break your laws at all. I actually support the government and I want to help. But not when I see what I see right in front of my face happening. So the first year back in the state, I had to know that my kids were already back in that. And the guy was a meth dealer. And through a bunch of altercations, my wife kept running back, and I was nice, and I gave her a place to stay, and she would always take advantage of me. And I was okay with it. I was becoming very spiritual. I was getting all my understandings that yous are all going to hear about. So maybe some people in my government could start to get what I get about empathy and about caring about people. See, I took a vow that you tell us to. You tell us to get married. That's the normal thing to do here. All right? We take a vow in sickness and health. So yeah, when my marriage fell apart, I became a dedicated learner to find out why. And I did. Okay? And that's why I know the psychology behind all of it. But I'm a healed man. I don't drink. I don't eat animals. And I support my environment getting healthy. And I support people to love each other. Now, if that's illegal in this country, then I guess we have way bigger issues in this case, don't we? But you know, after that guy went away for 5 months, this person went and took a bartending job, knowing I was a window tinner, and she took it for daytime. So here was dad being forced basically to become the daycare because she doesn't know how to be a stable woman. Okay? And she never will until she learns lessons. Now, again, it's not her fault. I tried to go to the system to get help. There was none. There's no mental health help in this nation for people. Bunch of coaches like me out here that really know how to help people, but we're too busy being tied up in extortion. It's clear as day what's going on here. Okay? I made an agreement, 50-50 custody. And basically, to make the story a little bit quicker, I took care of my kids for a year straight. And it was amazing. And I did a wonderful job. And, you know, as time went by, this girl brought this Christopher Hand guy around. Now, this is where y'all screwed up the first time. I came to y'all to get a TPO on this guy after my kids said they were being beat. And then, right, you tell me there's corporal punishment law, you can't do anything. Pretty shitty. You know, and let me just backpedal a little bit here. You know, this woman tried to make me go homeless. Got me arrested on a traffic warrant that I had from when I was married to her. I had to go pick up a check to feed the family. She literally got me arrested on it on purpose. I got out of jail with $1. That was a while ago. You know, basically this woman, to protect this behavior that my kids were telling me about, took off with this man. Disregarded the whole custody agreement and took off with this domestically violent man. That, as you heard in the other videos, the audios, I don't want to go through that again. It was pretty bad. And then to find out she had 107 of these audios. Now, what happened here, right? I had a judge that did not like me at all. Okay? I had already hired an attorney just to file paperwork for my divorce. I knew after y'all hear what I've been through, it wouldn't be that hard to get full custody of my kids. And if for some reason that doesn't happen, then we really have issues here in this country that need to be solved. I'm sorry. This is hard to do because I've been put through the ringer by y'all. And it's really hurt me. It's cost me a lot of money. I've lost over 20 pounds. I have some health issues because of just y'all's negligence, I guess I'll call it. You know, the first judge forced me, literally, made me bring my attorney into the courtroom, which that's another thing. Are these cases even legal? Okay, number one, I already told you who I am, and I'm a human being. But is this even legal? Okay, I'm not even signing any paperwork, nothing's happening. Like, I'm not passing a bar, I'm not going into a building. Like, is this even legal, what you're doing to people right now? I would like to know that too. But you know, this judge, just because I used the word poor people, and I meant poverty, as in poor-minded people, and this is poor-minded behavior of my wife, who has literally committed adultery probably 40 times. And I'm okay with it. I'm not even mad at her. See, I'm a healed spiritual man. We don't carry those emotions. If more people would get there, we'd have a really happy society. But you see, all I've done is cared about this woman and tried to help her. I babysat the kids. You know, I kept them full time. I spent a lot of money on my children. A lot of money. I didn't have to have a judge to tell me to give her the car and give her all the possessions. I did it on my own. I just wanted her to be a good mom. And from the time we've been home, she has not been a good mom. She's not been a role model. And the only reason my kids fight each other is because of her. And the system is protecting this behavior. Why? You know, can't we just admit there was a mistake made, and then there were so many more? You know, Ashley Walters will be sued because she's the one that put me in this, with zero evidence to ever support a damn TPO. What happened? The girl took off with my kids and wouldn't give me the address of the whereabouts, and wouldn't let me talk to my kids. Kids that seen their dad constantly were now vanished. What does that do to the psychology of a child's mind? Please tell me. Somebody enlighten me. How would you like that if you were a child? Your dad just disappears. And he's told to go file for a divorce. I did nothing wrong. Haven't dated, haven't slept with anybody, haven't kissed anybody, haven't went on a date, haven't broke my vows, sickness and health. I've been the one trying to heal people the entire time.